I was messing with it one time, but I guess I tightened it too much. So I got a little cough going on. It's my seasonal cough before COVID. I get it every year. I'm trying my best to get rid of it. So you might hear me cough a little bit or a little bit too much, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I have no script for this.
I thought that was the point.
That is the point. So the whole point of this podcast is pretty much just a bullshit talk.
Okay.
And talk about cars.
Okay.
So, but to answer your plan about the Supra, I am falling in love with the newer generation one.
I told you.
Yeah, you did. It took a minute. It took a minute for me to get used to it. And that's because I guess, how would I say, I was so used to looking at the old version. I haven't really had time to kind of look and observe for the newer version, the body lines. When you really look at it, it does look similar from the rear to the front. It's just more, up to date.
More modern.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, I think it's getting to the point where it's starting to look better.
It's no different than how, remember whenever we first got the 350Z, everybody was like, oh man, that car looks like shit. It looks like an Audi TT. Yeah. And then right after that, people were kind of starting to catch on to it. And they were like, all right, this isn't too bad. And then a few years later, it was quite a few years later.
Yeah, it was years later, dude.
They released the 370. And everybody's like, oh, I hate this car. Look at how the headlights are. It's got the little hook things on the headlights. And
but the 370 still today looks like shit.
I don't think it looks that bad.
It does. I mean, no matter, it's just the way it's designed. It's not appealing.
To who?
Well, me. That's what matters,
I don't think it's that bad. Like, just like anything else that we mess with, it's like people saying 370s look bad and say S14s look good because, I'm going on like 11 years with an S14 now. And from the day I bought my car, that car looked like shit.
But you had like front end conversion, didn't you?
So my first one did.
Oh.
And
was that Sylvia front end?
Yeah, it was S15 front.
Oh.
And I mean, I was okay with it at the time. I hated the color blue, but I just kind of rolled with it.
Okay.
So I got rid of that one, and I was supposed to pick up a sedan right after that. Well, the sedan ended up selling. So my friend Brad, he had an S14 that he was driving around. He was tired of his car. He was going to go buy a sedan. So I was like, well, screw it. I've got this load of parts for an S14. I might as well just buy his off of him and then put another one together. So I did, which is the one I have now. I think that was in like 2000. It was 2009 or 2010.
Did you know the person do you remember seeing a yellow one?
In Port Arthur?
Yeah.
Yeah, that car had been around for years.
Who was that?
I never caught that dude's name.
I thought you wouldn't.
I know he rolled.
Because I never seen the front end until yours, of your blue one, and that was it. You're the only, the only two people that ever had that front end.
It was an expensive front end at the time.
Oh, and front ends were expensive at the time, and now they are.
Right, they're even worse now.
Yeah,
but
isn't that funny? How when I guess during that phase of being encouraged to build more, shit was expensive, and then I guess mid-20s, maybe it kind of evened out a little bit. Prices wasn't as expensive. Well, I'm comparing this to Hondas and Integras, because the reason why I say that is because when I had an Integra, I've wanted to do a front end conversion. Price point to do the front end conversion was around like $2,500.
Still got a Kuki S14 front end for a Honda Integra and a pile of crap in my backyard.
Who does?
Me.
Shit, don't sell it. That's like my ultimate dream right there. I'll probably do a DC2 Type R conversion before I ever buy a Supra. That's just my sentimental.
So if that's what you like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, man, now after starting to drive all these newer cars, I don't want anything else old. Like I have the S14, the S13, the 280Z, and I'm still on the fence about this MK3 Supra that I've been looking at. It's like sometimes I want it, sometimes I don't. No, it's not going anywhere. But
the one you showed me?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, be patient on that one.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush.
Did you see it? Did you see it in person yet?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Can you move it?
Yeah, it'll move. It runs.
It runs.
Yeah. I'm just as shocked as you are. I've been sitting in somebody's backyard for, God knows how long, but
That's the power of that 1J.
that's a 7M.
I don't know.
7Ms are terrible. I hate 7Ms.
Okay, yeah, don't buy it then. there's your answer. You gotta deal with that bullshit.
But man, so my oldest sibling has a 800 and some change horsepower Mustang.
Oh, your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not that. That car is stupid. It is stupid. You know how stupid it is? He fucked up my audio. That's how stupid it was. It's like he almost blew my damn microphone.
So I got the opportunity to drive it like 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
That car has ruined me.
Yeah, ruined you like in what?
Like, I don't want anything else. The AC works. It does 70 mile an hour burnouts. Like, what's not to like about it? And it's still comfortable.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I don't agree. I don't argue with that.
Now, don't get me wrong. My S14 is down right now because we're doing E85 and all that stuff. So, I mean, it should make pretty good power.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done building it, but
like what, 500?
I'm hoping.
So the amount of money you're putting in your motor to do that is equivalent to how much money your brother did to put in his Mustang motor to.
Honestly, I don't know because I've never really got a build sheet on his car yet. So I'm supposed to be selling it for him. I think low key he's been letting me drive it. So
you buy it?
Yeah.
You ain't buying a Mustang, dude. You can't do that to yourself.
I might do that.
You'll be the first 326 power Mustang out there.
Actually, I won't.
You won't?
No, there's another guy who has 326 power parts on his Mustang.
Well, shit, then there you go. It's a Colt already.
Nope. I ain't gonna go that far with it. But yeah, probably after this year, man, everything I got is probably gonna go. Z's gonna go. 14's gonna go.
Shit, so dude, I ain't stopping you. No one's stopping you.
13, I don't know yet because I really like that S13. It's a convertible. Never had a convertible.
I know where one is sitting right now in a garage. Never been touched since 2005. Hasn't been started.
Why don't you go get it?
She won't sell. Trust me, dude. I've asked. I told her many times. She just will not sell. It was her first car. She has like some kind of attachment to it.
The sentimental value. A lot of people have that.
Yeah, and she's scared to take it to any kind of like mechanic because she's worried that it might just disappear. It's like all original.
I don't know that it would be that bad because, technically speaking, all the convertibles are the cars that most S chassis drivers don't want.
Oh, okay.
So.
She says she has situations where her car was just parked in her driveway, and she just had random people looking at it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's not something you see very often.
Yeah,
but
and she's like, I've gotten letters.
Yeah,
to people telling her to sell it, and she was like, no. So she basically put it in her garage, and then me telling her what I know, and then people at work kind of telling her, hey, you should sell that car. She's like, I'm just scared to take it to a mechanic. I was like, I guess I get your point, but
let her have it then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If she's still enjoying it, let her have it.
She doesn't even drive it.
I don't drive my cars that often either, but I still enjoy them.
Yeah.
But no, man, just with everything coming out now, it's crazy because I've always, me, I've always been a big Toyota dude, big Lexus guy, and it was cool whenever the ISF first came out because I was like, wow, Lexus finally put something else out that is cool. It makes horsepower. It sounds good, looks good, still has 4 doors, still comfortable for anyone under 6 foot. But now I think they announced it maybe some months ago. I can't remember exactly when, but now they're talking about making an IS 500. It's not a F. It's just... they've gone from doing the 350, which I'm pretty sure they'll still offer the 350 or whatever, but now the IS is going to come with a V8, just standard.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 475 horsepower V8.
Shit.
And
automatic or manual?
Automatic.
Okay.
But I mean, if I keep the S14, I'm converting it to automatic. Done with H pattern.
Are you done with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's not going anywhere, man. That's pretty cool. You know, crossing over from because they're V8 inches from the F Sport, pretty badass.
Yeah, their 5 liters are nice.
Yeah, they sound nice too if done right.
And
they're just so fucking expensive.
I mean,
it's
at 475 horsepower. Most people would be pretty content with that. I mean, you're not going to go out to Texas 2K and.
I agree. No, I was content with just coming off the line.
Yeah.
You know, factory wise, I was happy with it. But just the time I was looking for one and I had an opportunity to buy one, just everything that cost on the car just to upgrade was just stupid.
Well, I mean, you're buying everything for a luxury car. It's not like you're buying it for a Honda or for a 240. Like, you know, our aftermarket support is huge now. So, I mean, you could
Which one?
As far as the generation of cars that me and you mess with.
Yeah.
So, all the older Hondas, obviously the 240 SX,
mm-hmm.
the aftermarket support for it is so big now. Like,
oh, yeah, it's so big, but at the same time, people don't expect to make money off of it. It's insane. Like, just for man, I should have done this so long ago. This is the one thing I regret. Back in 2012, I had opportunities to buy like OEM Type R parts, USDMs, from front bumpers to lifts to side skirts to rear bumpers.
It's easy to say all that in hindsight. We didn't expect it to turn into what it is now. But
no, it's just I expected it. It's just I wasn't willing to push for it because I had nowhere to store it.
I never thought I'd see the day where I would see 240 sell for over $20,000. Even in my 30s, like, man, I just can't believe it.
Yeah, because it's such a common car.
We were literally cutting these things up with sawzalls in our front yard at one point in life. Cause
why is that? Like, why are 240s so sought after? You think it's because of was it Need for Speed Underground?
Nah, man, it's probably all the YouTube hype and stuff like that. Like, I can't really say exactly why they're as popular as they are now, but
I think it's because of Need for Speed Underground.
Think so?
Hell yeah, that car was like one of the main cars, like probably one of the most powerful ones on there, like as a starter car.
Either way, like,
it wasn't on Fast and the Furious.
No, I don't remember seeing one on there, but I didn't watch all the movies either.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah, I think I stopped at 3.
That was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten so bad now. It's to the point where it's like I think they're going to the moon. I'm not kidding. F for family, man.
F for family.
I really don't. I don't understand. Like, how much more can they do? And then when you had what's his name die, I think it just encouraged it to go even further.
Yeah.
You know, because it was when he died, it was such a popular movie to watch because, what was it, his last video or something, or his brother in the CGI?
I need another movie with Jackie Chan racing a rally art Mitsubishi, dude.
Oh, yeah. Those good old days.
Yeah. I miss those. I miss those movies. Those were all really good. All the old Wangan Midnight stuff, all the old Asian films in general that circled around the cars that we like, you know, were all really good to me. A lot of them were cheesy, but
cheesy but good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to think about it now. You kind of have to enjoy it now because a lot of those people are getting old.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Smokey Nagata.
Yeah.
He's getting deaf. Well, I think he's deaf already.
Is he?
Yeah. They say it's to a point where he can barely hear. And he's an old man now.
Well, I mean, doing what he's done for as long as he's done it, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and then you had what's his name, DK, the one with the original 86, the guy.
Oh, Sachia.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's pretty much getting old.
There's no pretty much to it.
Yeah,
every video I see with him, he's
yeah. You know, and it's just Max Cerrito. He's getting old. The guy who was on pretty much all of his other videos on the Drift King.
I saw a picture of Tarzan Yamada the other day. And
he's not that old, is he?
I know he's old.
Is he old?
Yeah.
He never looked that old. He was like GTR guy, right? Tarzan was the GTR guy?
No, I remember back in the day, he drifted I think he drifted a Dodge Viper.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, that takes skills.
But I hadn't seen anything from him in years, and then it looks like he's been driving for Spoon as of late.
Spoon?
Yeah.
Oof. That's my dream right there. What Spoon did is amazing. I mean, I'm being honest, dude. If there was no Spoon, there's no Honda.
What about Mugen?
Huh?
What about Mugen?
Mugen's trash. I mean, I'm being serious. You know, when Mugen is basically aesthetics, you know, it's just to say, hey, you got Mugen parts on there. That's Honda's baby. But when it comes to performance, it's all Spoon.
All right.
You know, what basically made B series motors were Spoon.
Yeah.
You know, they pretty much made what's naturally aspirated better.
So how do you compare that to what the US is doing now with all these same motors?
The 4 cylinders?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have no opinion. I mean, what are they doing?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, we've been seeing 500 horsepower naturally aspirated. I want to say it's K series now. Like K series is a big thing now, and I didn't think that was going to blow up like it did. But I see K series swapped 240s now. I see K series swapped RX8s.
You don't think it's because it's just cheaper? Motors are they're more out there?
I mean, cheaper, yeah, but I mean, okay. So how easy is it now to make 800 horsepower on a K series, like a turbo K series? It's not that hard anymore. Not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Compare that to finding a 2J, you know, making 800 out of a 2J, which is still pretty common.
Yeah.
Now we've got 2 less cylinders, less weight, you know, all that stuff to be factored in. And like you say, it's cheaper. You can go anywhere and get parts for a K series.
Well, yeah, that's true. But how would you make 800 horsepower naturally aspirated out of a K series?
No. 800 turbo.
Oh, turbo.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You're not going to make 800 naturally.
Yeah, I was like, well, how the fuck do you do that?
No. I'm pretty sure I saw one that made 500 naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
But it was on all kinds of crazy billet block setup. They were advertising it, I think, at SEMA.
Whew.
That was a few years back.
Dang, there's only one person I know in this world that probably can do that. Papadakis, I think his name is.
I have no clue as to who that is.
I'm botching his name, but I'll send you a link. He's basically the one. He basically built a 1,000 HP from the new Supra. He does racing.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, but he does this for a living.
Mm.
That's how he's making his money. He does like drift competition and stuff. I think it's called Papadakis Racing or something.
I don't know how I'd feel.
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower in a new Supra.
Reliable. Hasn't blown up on him yet. I mean, he has like.
How often does he drive it though?
They compete in it.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's all he does. He just competes. He builds. He come basically from 2Js and building all that.
Mm.
He built basically the same motor in my car to 1,000 horsepower.
That sounds expensive too.
Yeah, it is. It's stupid. I looked into it. I was like, this is not worth it. Because there's so much you have to change. Like, I don't even want to go in with it. It's just the amount. There's not even, on the secondary market, there's not even parts available. Most of it has to be custom made. And I just do not want to deal with that crap. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just going straight OEM. Keeping like that and just be a beater for the rest of my life. I am not getting rid of that car.
It's paid for.
Paid for, and it's TRD.
It's a turd.
It's mean, dude. Well, at least your car's a color turd, not mine.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Shots fired on that.
I don't know, man. I'm really thinking my next car is going to be an LC500, though. It's like, the more I look at that car, because, okay, back to what we were talking about, the Supra earlier. Yeah. I like the new Supra. But every time I've gone out and looked at one, it's been just shy of maybe $70,000 or maybe around the $70,000 mark. Which, okay, you know, most of the newer sports cars are expensive anyway. But with this new IS500 coming out, it's about the same price. It might be a little bit, like a small amount more expensive than the new Supra. Yeah. But you're getting, how much does the new Supra make now? Like $350, something like that, $375.
Yeah.
But you're getting a whole nother 100 horsepower out of this sedan. Still, either way you go, you're still driving an automatic.
That's true.
But for the money, man, like the IS500 is like the perfect car. Now, once they're able to tune those 5.0s, I mean, those would be.
They kind of look like similar to the LFAs.
Which ones?
The 500s.
The IS 500s or the LC 500s?
LC 500s.
Yeah.
I
That car
kind
looks
of
great.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day because I saw one in my fucking neighborhood. This neighborhood's loaded with fucking cars. Some guy just had a LFA. And I was like, damn, I haven't seen that car in a long time. It's one of those just, they haven't made too many.
No, I think they were trying to buy them back at one point, weren't they?
I don't know. It's just I saw him once and I'm like, okay, that's a cool looking car. And then
I don't know. Every now and then I'll see one pop up on Facebook.
yeah,
But like you said, you never see them anymore.
you don't, and they're definitely not messed with. They're just bone stock.
But I mean, you're really gonna spend that much money on that car and then
Man, if I'm at the point where I'm spending that amount of money in cars, I'm gonna do something stupid. Like when I do buy my F40, I'm fucking fucking with it, dude. I'll be the guy to fuck with it. Like I don't care. That's just my opinion towards it. Like if you're gonna buy a super sports car and you don't drive the shit out of it, what's the point?
I mean, driving it is one thing, but rolling the fenders and putting bags on it.
No, I would not do that.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing I would do to a F40 is probably make it into a I can't even think of it right now. There's a variant that came with the F40. I think it's called the LM, F40 LM.
You know more about those than I do.
Yes. And so pretty much there was a guy who basically went stupid and converted the F40 to more of a racer car. And it sounds just like the F1 cars. It just screams. And basically there's no electronics, there's no air conditioning, there's no power windows, nothing. Your door opener is a pull tab. Just you in the car.
It sounds like most of the Hondas these days.
I don't care. Maybe that's why I love it. And it just screams, dude. F40 LM. I have pictures right here. Let me show you. But, whenever I get one, it's going to be great. I'm going to drive the shit out of it. I'm going to enjoy it. Hell, I'll probably even be buried in it. It's just what I want. You don't feel that towards a car you want?
Not really.
No, we're different breeds. That's why.
You're right.
Yeah, it's the F40 LM. I was right. I just couldn't remember. And that's kind of sad, actually, because I was obsessed with it so much. Right here, bro. Look at that sucker. Tell me that's not the most gorgeous car you ever seen in your life.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. That was during the generation where companies were actually making hypercars.
It just looks like it'd be uncomfortable to drive on the street, though.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah. I can't talk. I drive a 240 on the street.
Yeah, that's true. It's badass, Your car's badass. You get a lot of turning heads.
Sometimes, it's badass when it runs.
Just fix it. You see that? Look at the door panel.
Trying.
There's no fucking door panel. No. You have to pull a rope to open it. That's possibly one of the last generations of actual sports cars until it became luxury. Like the whole era of the 90s were literally the only era that actually made hypercars. And you know why?
Why is that?
I'm pretty sure we talked about this. It's because of the I am not thinking today. The 24-hour race, Le Mans. Le Mans 24 hours.
Okay.
Some of the cars, in order to compete in the Le Mans, they had to make productions.
Yeah, I remember you had to have so many of the production cars and all that. Because I want to say there's a particular rally car. I know it had a Dino motor in it. I think it was the Lancia.
Okay, you're talking about the Group B and all that kind of stuff?
Right.
Yeah. Well, part of their rules, they have to have some kind of like production car in order to compete. Same thing in the 24-hour Le Mans. So they're making these ridiculous, stupid cars on the track, and they have the same exact variant in a production car on the road. So technically, those are hypercars, right? They're only made to perform.
All right.
Versus, just made to look.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with a whole lot of these terms, and as far as anything that goes past an import, just because I've always been into the import stuff. So,
oh, dude, it gets me all the time. I hate it. I hate modern hypercars.
like supercar, hypercar.
So, hypercar is basically one of those cars that are not made. How would I say? They're like an offset of 1 to 5. Majority 1 to 5, 1 to 10, maybe 1 to 20.
Okay.
And there's like such a little production that it caters to like the 1%ers. You know, if you have stupid money, like 20 mil or
yeah, we're talking fuck you money.
More than that. More than that. Yeah. So basically, they're only produced to, you know, just to
meet a quota.
Something like that. You know, it's like, hey, we need a lot of money, so we're going to make these cars and charge like a stupid amount of money, and someone's going to buy. So that's the only reason why they're made.
Okay.
So my argument is there's new brands that are coming out and they're throwing that name on it, Hyper.
So they're just throwing it on there just for the sake of selling it? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know, there's no history. There's no, even if they didn't have the history, even if they're a startup, they have absolutely no background in competing. So basically, they're doing exactly what people do on the street.
Okay.
Build a 1,000 horsepower car and sell it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But like it's to the point where I shouldn't be negative about this, but it just gets to the point where I see a lot of people they slobber over these cars that haven't really been proven.
I mean, they do that for cars that now more so than ever. Because okay, you know, whenever I was looking at trying to import a car, I was super obsessed with anything JZX. I wanted JZX 90, JZX 100, you know, Toyota Chaser, Toyota Mark. I really didn't care because by the time you fix either one of them up, they look to me about the same. Like they both give that same presence. But now, man, like it's so weird because I see a lot of people, and it was real bad with R32s. So let me backtrack a little bit.
The Nissans?
Right.
The Nissans?
The R32 GTRs. So whenever people first started bringing those over, you know, in my experience, this is strictly from my experience, they were probably paying somewhere between, I'd seen them sell for as low as 7,000, high end maybe, you know.
The GTS versions?
No, those are GTRs.
Before the 25-year-old rule? Or during the 25-year-old rule?
Right about whenever it first kicked in.
Okay.
So people were bringing them over from Canada. And like I said, maybe 7 to 10 was the average price I saw for one. And then just like in a few weeks span, I saw it spike up to like people were spending $25,000 on these things. And I'm
so
confused because I'm like, okay, at this point, I just put that 1J in my S14. So, and this was the, you know, the coolest car in the world to me because it was like, okay, I got, you know, inline 6 in my 240.
That's an argument. Yeah.
It feels, you know, fast as fuck. Fastest car I've ever driven.
There you go.
And then I get into one of these GTRs that these guys bring over, one of these R32s, and the guy's like, okay, hold on. And he's pushing himself back in the seat versus the car actually doing it. So I'm super disappointed in this. Like, this was supposed to be, as what most people say, this is Godzilla. This is, you know, the greatest car ever. And I'm in the passenger seat like, man, I think my car rolls out harder than this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Go ahead. Finish it up.
So then, okay, you had this huge influx of people buying up R32s left and right, and the price was just kept going up. There's no shortage of these things. I mean, you see them everywhere. GTSTs are the same way. GTSTs you see everywhere. You know, the 10 days I spent in Japan, I saw R32 GTRs and GTSTs or GTSs, whatever, you know, non-GTR models. So I'm confused whenever I see all these, you know, these prices just steadily accumulating. Like now I think there's a guy on my Facebook that I'm friends with. He's been selling them for like $50,000, $70,000, and people are buying it.
I think I know who you're talking about.
What the hell, dude?
Does he have an R34?
I think he does.
Is it blue?
I mean, there's a few blue ones.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
holy shit, people are really buying these things for this much money. I can go get a C6 or a C7 and it'd be a whole lot more fun.
Yeah, dude. Just with the same logic with the new Broncos. $100,000. People are spending $100,000. You know what I could do with $100,000?
Buy a vet.
A vet 911. Dude, there's so much more fun. Hell, I can buy me at least not 5, but maybe at least 3 Spoon EK9s.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's insane.
I don't get it.
I think people just want history.
Maybe
part
so.
of history.
And I mean, you know, for the guys that like me that were coming up and they were like, you know, we all had the same cars at this point. Like 10 years ago, most of my friends had 240s or they had Hondas, one or the other. A few of them had Mustangs sprinkled in between there. And then I had like maybe 1 or 2 oddball friends that drove like
Fox bodies.
Not Fox bodies. They drove FDs or, you know, FBs or something like that.
Yeah.
And man, now it's like they were saving up all this money and all this stuff to buy these JZX 90s, JZX 100s, R32s and stuff like that. And we got to that age where it's just like, yo, these cars suck. I'm gonna go get a vet or I'm gonna go get this new Mustang, and you know, that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. It could be many factors, man. I met someone that said, oh, he wanted to be the first to market with it. I don't get it, but he got his wish. It's probably what's hot on Instagram.
It's definitely that, because I said the prices of 240s now they're way too fucking high.
Oh yeah, dude. So go back to your question about why they were so cheap at the beginning. So when you can, before it was legal to import them, you could buy them at that price between $7,000 to $10,000 and get them shipped, but they can't be legally driven or something within the contract or something with the law that.
See, it was my understanding that people from Canada can drive a car over here, and I want to say it's the same for Mexico. So if you're a Canadian resident, you drive the car over here. The car is legal to be here for 2 years before it has to go back, because this is technically your work vehicle, or you know, your main means of transportation to whatever you're here to do.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, to my knowledge, or from what I was told, were coming over here and just disappearing.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know where they go.
Yeah.
But
and at that time, they were stupid cheap.
Right.
Stupid cheap. Like, let me give you an example. At 2002, I think it was the 2002 Mazda RX-7, the Spirit R.
Okay.
You know how much they were going for before the 25? Well, before today, and I say around like 2012. You know how much they were going for?
How much?
At least $10,000. Yeah, it's unheard of right now.
For some reason, I see those going for more, because rotaries everywhere else in the world, because, you know, Australia is big on rotaries, and obviously Japan is big on rotaries. And here, it's kind of like Florida likes them, and maybe a few other East Coast states like them. They're not super big down here, but that doesn't really necessarily, you know, that doesn't necessarily change the price of them. But
it's a niche, really. It is a niche.
They are so expensive. I see FD shells go or sell for like what, $10,000, $12,000.
Well, I mean, most people, what they do, I would assume what they did was take the shell and put an LS in it.
Some of them do.
You know, which is fine because.
But have you priced 13B or even priced a 3-rotor? You ever seen the price of a 3-rotor as of late?
It's like $80,000.
No, not that much. Jesus, it's more like I think a 3-rotor goes for about $15,000 to $20,000 now.
That's cheaper now, isn't it?
No.
I thought it was like.
You're thinking 4-rotor.
Oh, okay.
4-rotor, I think, starts off at like $50,000, somewhere around there. But 3-rotor,
that's not bad. I don't think. I mean, how much does an LSX cost?
not 50,000
No, for the 3-rotor.
for the 3-rotor.
Yeah, I mean, 3-rotor is like 15, right? At least.
how much power are you making with anything LS versus a three rotor though?
I say average 350, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
On a LS? I don't know, but
like bone stock, like 350, just without nothing, right?
I don't know, we have to Google search that.
I mean,
I'm anti-LS swapped anyway.
Well, I
So.
mean, I'm just assuming, LSX horsepower. I don't know, just bone stock. I would assume.
Just crate motor.
All right, okay, I'll give it to you. 400 maybe. Fuck, this is.
The Google result says 400 maybe.
I'm seeing like 700, 800, 900. Never mind. I'm off way much. I don't know. I just, okay, so small block V8 LSX series 476 off by 100 horsepower. Not bad. 473. It's not bad.
If I'm gonna spend $20,000 on a motor, rest assured, that ain't gonna be nothing that makes less than 300 horsepower. I'll say 350 horsepower.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's probably why the rotaries are not that. Because the amount of money you're paying for, your output is a lot less versus.
I think the guys that are still pushing rotary cars are pushing them just for the fact that
it's a rotary and they enjoy it. And it sounds really nice.
They do sound nice. That's the whole reason I'm building one, because I just want at least one rotary experience.
Yeah.
But the guys who are still out there like really building them though, I think they're building them just because that's the class that they race in.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No. But I mean, for us down here in Texas, all we really drive are street cars anyway, for the most part.
Shit, fucking minimum 1,000 horsepower. If you're not 1,000 horsepower, you're shit. Isn't that crazy how it is nowadays?
It felt like a few years ago, 600 horsepower was a lot.
I know.
And then now 1,000 horsepower is like average.
Yeah, and then how long would it be? 2,000? I'm hearing 3,000 now.
I hadn't seen anything 3,000 besides like trucks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
at least two, maybe two average.
2,000. I think I've seen
2,000 GTRs. That's probably what you hear: GTRs, Lamborghinis, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
a couple of Vipers.
2Js are out of the mix now for.
It's just old. It's
Texas
old.
2K.
Yeah, it's old, and it's just. Toyota had an opportunity to shine, and they didn't do it.
No.
They don't care.
That 5-liter that Lexus is coming with, man, I really think it's going to be, it's promising.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Just, from what I've heard, the biggest issue right now from what I've seen is tuning it. But, man, I think that 5.0 is going to be legit once.
When's it going to be out?
I mean, it's been out for a while.
There's just no one messed with it?
I've seen them make, the highest horsepower one I've seen so far is made like 900 with a supercharger on it.
This is on the SC500?
This particular one was the RC 500.
No.
Or RCF.
No, the motor comes originally from what?
I mean, it started with the ISF.
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
RCF, LC500 has it. IS500 is going to have the newest version of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. It goes in with my other argument. It's so goddamn expensive to do anything on it.
I mean, all this shit's expensive now.
Yeah, but it's like you pay $10,000 for a supercharger to get how much power out of it, I guess, versus $10,000 on an LS gives you like what? Minimum 800? Am I right or wrong? Or am I in that ballpark? You see,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you get me, right? It's like the amount of money you're putting in versus is what you get.
But if you think about it, man, okay, most people always talk about, I'm going to go buy this junkyard LS or like, we'll say with a 2J.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it came from, but people have this thing where they think building anything Jay-Z related is cheap. It's not.
No.
It's not.
No, it's not.
There's no such thing as I'm gonna just throw this on there and it's gonna make 1,000. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah, hell, I even knew that.
But that being said, for people like me, like I would much rather throw $10,000 at this Mustang
Yeah.
or throw $10,000 at this Lexus and make 800 horsepower in this car I can drive every day versus making 800 in that 240 and rattling my wisdom teeth out every day that I drive it. Like, I get what you're saying about, I can just do this build off to the side, but man, I'm at that age now where it's like I want something comfortable. I want to be able to get in this car and drive it whenever I want to. I don't want to have to worry about, oh well, if I do this is gonna break, or it may or may not start today. Or,
Man, that Mustang got to you, dude. It fucked you up, man.
a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds exactly what you just experienced. It's like basically you were skimming over that idea for a while until you finally got in and drove it. You're like, this is really nice.
Yeah. It was really nice.
It's like, I ain't got to worry about nothing right now.
No,
There's AC, it's comfortable,
I don't have to use, all that horsepower. The only thing I didn't like about it was the gas mileage. I think it was like 10 miles at the gallon. But, I mean, whatever. I can still deal with that too.
Yeah. I mean, how many miles your car get? 15?
Better than that.
15?
Dude, I ain't had a working gas gauge on that car since I bought it. So
Oh,
I couldn't tell you.
How'd you get around? The way it was kicking?
Turned too hard and the car cut off and you need gas.
Dang. That's crazy. God.
But I lived in Beaumont all those years, so,
Yeah, you didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere. Beaumont's small.
Well, I mean, you live pretty much in the area where everyone goes. Near Parkdale.
I mean, everything is 10 to 15 minutes away from each other there. If I needed somebody to help me get home,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you live in the area where everyone went.
I mean, that's all of Beaumont, though, dude. Like, Beaumont's not big.
It's not, but, like, yeah, that's true. It's not that big at all.
So it's maybe 15 minutes from one side of town to the other.
Yeah. I kind of actually miss Beaumont. I just want to go there and chill and do nothing. I don't know. Just go walk around the mall, I guess, and go see what.
Nope.
I mean, you go back every other week, maybe more than me. I haven't been. The only time I've been back home was like last month.
I go back to visit family, though.
Well, not last month, like last week for a family bonfire. And I just went to my brother's house. I didn't go nowhere around Port Arthur or Beaumont. Just skimmed through it.
The last time I really went to Beaumont to like hang out was like maybe a week ago, and it was just a weird night altogether.
Why is that weird? Just old memories?
That's a story for another time.
Nah, it can't be that bad, man. Last time I hanged out with Port Arthur, it was fucking boring. But it wasn't that bad.
There's 2 places to go? Dillon's and
Port Arthur?
Yeah.
Dillon's? Hell nah. Dillon's still around?
Yeah, that's where we were.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was probably like what is that, like a bar? Yeah, that was a bar. Near.
A bar.
Yeah, damn. Fuck. Is it in the same place?
I mean, last I checked, they hadn't moved it, but I've only been there maybe twice.
Fuck. Dang, man, it's been that long? Yeah, I've never been to Dillon's, but I've heard about it. Everyone says, let's go to Dillon's, like it was the only place to go to. Is, what's that place? College Street still around?
I mean, the street's still there.
The bars are not there yet? I mean, the clubs were...
Which one?
The clubbing area in Beaumont?
Crockett Street?
Is it Crockett Street?
That's been shut down for years.
Is it?
Yeah, I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 spots that are still open there, but nobody ever goes there anymore.
Dang, that's sad. That was like the only place to go clubbing in Port Arthur. Man, that's crazy how things change. Things change for the better or for the worse? What do you think?
I don't know.
Damn.
I changed for the better. I got away from there.
Shit. Amen to that, dude. I got fucking out of there as soon as possible. I left when I was like, 22? I've been out for a while. And I don't miss it at all. There was a whole new world for me to explore.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't explore. That's crazy now.
But it is funny going back home. You know, Beaumont was kind of always the last one to catch on to import stuff, except for like maybe a select 5 to 10 people. Not, I mean, literally mean like 5 to 10 people that were up to date on everything. But now when I go back, and last time I went there, somebody was driving around a Rocket Bunny S13.
Was it real though?
I don't know. I don't know the backstory on the car.
Yeah.
But the knowledge is there. Someone knows of that stuff. So
yeah, you could appreciate that.
It's crazy seeing that they're finally starting to catch up with the rest of the world as far as the car stuff goes. I think someone out there has a.
That does not make sense at all though, because you came from Beaumont and you knew all that shit.
Yeah, but I was always out here.
Okay, but you grew up in there though.
But I was always out here.
That's true. Well, I mean, there's nothing really good that happens down there, like show wise.
If you're into like old muscle cars,
oh yeah,
there's a lot of that out there.
Yeah, old man muscles.
I think there was one old guy, and I'm pretty sure he still has it. His name was David.
Yeah.
David had a really nice, what do you call that car? NSX? Acura NSX on Advance.
Yeah, but you know, you just remind me. There was a Countach import out there / Beaumont area.
Was it real?
It was white.
Was it real though?
I think it was real. This was before social media, before.
I know what car you're talking about, but I never got the story on if it was real or not.
I think it was real because the reason why I say it was real is, it had to been real because this was before everything. Well, I mean, it was before fake cars, before social media.
Those kit cars have been around for a long time because there was a what do you call it? A Fiero running around with a Lamborghini kit on it for quite some time.
Was it white?
I think whenever I saw it, it was red or black.
No, the one I saw import out there, it was white.
Yeah, that one was white. But I mean, by the time you change out all the panels on the car and all that shit and paint it, it can be any color you want it to be if it's the same one that I'm talking about. But
I don't know. Maybe I need to look for it. But
yeah, find it.
But it's crazy how people, when it first came out, people were just saying it was the ugliest car they ever seen.
With the Countach?
The Countach. They said it was so ugly, and now today they're all slobbering all over it.
It's like that with. So one car that I've been holding out on buying, like I can't say it's a dream car, but it's just one of those cars I want to experience at least once.
The Mach 3 Super?
No, not that one. Not that one. The Lotus Esprit.
That takes a special person because it's such a small, compact car, and it's a pain in the ass.
I know. I agree. I'm not going to disagree with anything that you just said. But it's one of those cars I want to have one just to drive it once and get rid of it. Just to say, because I used to have a poster one on my wall. So it was like,
I think once you own it, you'll hate it.
As with most of the cars that I've had. I think I like my 240, but I like my 240 now versus whenever I first got it. When I first got that car, it sucked. And that's what I was talking about earlier was you have all these people that are like, oh man, a stock body S14, the stock body Zinky is just, it looks so great. No, it doesn't. Quit lying. It looks like a Camry Coupe. In fact, it looks like a knockoff Camry Coupe. The car looks terrible.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You got to appreciate the nature of it, man. Why?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Car look like shit.
Well, it's like with me and my appreciation with the DC2 Type Rs. You know, instead with the bug eyes, the JDM versions where they have like the Accord front end looking.
But it's not a bad looking car though.
I know, but a lot of people say the same exact thing. Oh, it looks like a Honda Accord, like a Honda Accord front end, because they're so used to the USDM variant.
Dude, in the years that I've owned a 240, everybody has recognized, especially in Beaumont, everybody's recognized that car as something other than a 240. I've gotten SN95 Mustang. I've gotten Camry Coupe.
They're idiots.
One guy had no clue. He was like, where did you find a Camry Coupe in a 5-speed? That's amazing. I'm like,
yeah,
it's a Nissan, sir. At least that's what the badge says on the back.
Hey,
I've got an RX-8 in that blue one with that had the S15 front on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the ticket somewhere in my room. The cop wrote me down for driving.
You could have got out of it.
I did get out of it.
Yeah, because he's a dumbass, you know.
But yeah, I was apparently I owned a blue Mazda RX-8 at some point, which now my friend Brad owns a blue Mazda RX-8 that I found for with a 2J.
God. Well, just count the days when the RX-8s become great again.
Man, honestly, I don't understand why RX-8s haven't become the new 240s because those cars, suspension-wise, are perfect.
Probably motor. People just don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, I don't like those motors either.
It's just, I'm telling you, man, Need for Speed Underground is what made 240 so popular. It has to be because there's no other. What other program that showcased a 240?
Sad boy Facebook pages that post 240s.
Okay, that too. But mainstream wise, it was the video game Need for Speed Underground.
Mainstream wise, anything drifting related was always
240s.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Need for Speed Underground, you could have drift, right? Or you could go sideways. But it wasn't. It was surely hell wasn't Gran Turismo that made 240 popular.
Absolutely not.
You know what made in Gran Turismo what made that popular was the 787B. People were slobbing all over that, or the Suzuki Circuit, whatever car.
I think it was just super easy for you to drive a
Yeah.
Ferrari or a Lamborghini on there, and that's what kind of made it cool.
No one wanted that. They wanted to destroy competition. It was that Suzuki car. Suzuki, I'm sorry.
You talking about the hill climb car?
The Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like everyone's car. Because when you got it, it was like, what, 1,000 horsepower?
The Escuda? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Pikes Peak, whatever. Yeah, Escuda.
Yeah.
That was everyone's car. And the Mazda 787B. So that's what I'm saying. Need for Speed Underground was what made 240s popular.
Mm. I don't know. I've always had a love-hate relationship with mine.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And it couldn't have been too bad because I bought 2 more.
Hey man, your life choices. I can't argue with that. You know,
Unhealthy attachments, but it's okay. I'm learning.
I mean, we all make those purchases. You know, it's an appreciation. Like I spend a stupid amount of money on car models that sit on a shelf.
Yeah, but they look nice.
Yeah, but that's it. You know, I can never get the amount of money I get for what I paid.
For that, no. But I mean,
Unless
I'm just now starting to see where I may be able to make some of that money back here recently off those 240s. So.
Oh yeah, sell as is. Don't negotiate. You say if you want it, go take it.
It's like this Z I'm building now. Like, so I'm going on, I guess, close to 2 years trying to put this car together, and I'm just getting to the point now where I'm getting rid of rust. So all the rust on that car is pretty much gone. Finally, I'm having a rotary built for it. I already have the mounts and stuff built. Motor's actually been in the car, just so we could test fit it and stuff like that. So now he's putting the motor together. It should be about done being painted, but with the shipping container situation, I'm waiting. Like, I've been waiting on parts for that car and my S14 since like May.
You couldn't get them in the States?
No, it's all Japanese parts that I was ordering.
Really?
326 stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, shit.
I got a 6 foot wide wing coming for the S14.
That was not in yet?
No. It said it might be here this month. Might. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, man, I mean, maybe January. You never know. I don't think you're ready for that wing. That's a big-ass wing.
If I don't like it, I just take it off and put the
because
on it.
You can't even put it on the trunk you have on it right now. It's so light.
I'm putting it on the stock trunk.
That's what I'm saying. Compared to the trunk you had on it. Remember,
yeah.
I remember that video you did.
Oh, of it flying open.
That thing just flew.
Yeah. I'll try it out and see. Like, I kept seeing pictures of it, and I was like, I'm gonna try this out and see how I like it for a while.
Yeah.
I'll just get rid of it, or
You might get more traction.
Probably not. There's a lot of things that need to change for me to get more traction. However, I did fix the negative camber, so there's no more of that on the back side of that car. There's a little bit on the front, but
Yeah.
that's only because I don't feel like killing my front fenders.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's a. How would you classify your car?
Shitty.
Well, as it's a race car, or is it as a daily commute, or is a?
This is
It's a project car. I would put it like that.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way.
It's a project car. Yeah, I mean that's what I like, and that's probably what I'm looking forward to whenever I build. It's strictly.
The things it's taught me have been great. Don't get me wrong. The biggest thing with building any of these old shitbox cars like that has been, believe it or not, the amount of patience that I've learned with doing it. Now, granted, that's came back to bite me in the ass a few times, but if owning any of these old cars teaches you one thing, it's definitely patience, dude.
Oh yeah.
Patience. How to step away from something, think about it, go back to it. And I mean, you've known how long I've had that car. I've had that car through 3 or 4 different setups, 3 or 4 different paint jobs. Like I've stayed pretty committed to building that one car.
Yeah, and honestly, that's pretty rare too. Most people, they, I guess, officially complete the car and they sell it and they go on something new. You basically went on it 3 times.
Yeah, I just want to keep messing with it. Can't leave nothing alone.
Yeah, but, so you just like, well, what else are we gonna do? And
they're fun, man. Like if I had to classify that car as anything, it really is just the weekend beater. Like wake up and all right, we're gonna see if this works today.
That's what's cool about it.
There's been a few times where I've had a friend, come pick me up because it cut off for some random reason, or it was acting funny, or I caught a flat. You don't exactly just carry your spare tire and
not your tires.
Car like
They're not your tires, dude.
No,
your tires are stupid.
No.
Well, I mean, you're in your case, it's a little more aggressive than what I want, versus
I think that car is more aggressive than what most people want.
Yeah. Me, I want a weekend beater, but I mean, you're talking. I'm speaking like for a Honda.
For a weekend beater, that S14 is great.
Yeah.
And truth be told, the things that I'm going through with it now are really just symptoms of old age. Everything on that car, for the most, like all the suspension's borderline brand new.
Mm-hmm.
It's less than. Now I'll say it's less than two years old because I've gone through and changed all that stuff out again. So, I mean, as far as the motor's in great shape. Suspension's in great shape. But I neglected the wiring for all these years. And whenever I moved, out to this area, my apartment has a bad mouse problem. So they've been going under the carpet of my car and chewing up all the wires.
Holy shit.
So I brought it to a buddy that is rewiring the car for me. He peels the carpet back and dead mice under the carpet.
No wonder it smelled like ass in there.
It smelled like gas, not ass.
I know, I'm just kidding with you. Well, that's pretty cool then. You don't have a brand new wiring harness all in there.
I bought a brand new fuse box. Everything is manual.
Everything's going to work?
Everything's going to work.
The power window's gonna work. Your speedometer's gonna work.
I bought a digital. It's a digital dash.
Yeah.
So it hooks straight up to my standalone. I can see everything.
That's gonna look sweet.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna love it more. And you're pretty much putting like this. What is this, like this? The stars on your headline.
I'm never doing that shit again.
What happened?
That was just aggravating.
But you finished it, right?
I finished it.
It is great.
I hope it looks as good as it did in my Instagram pictures, but we'll see.
Why would it not?
I'm pessimistic sometimes. So
damn, dude, you gotta be a little. Well, shit. Then you're good. Cars should be.
It should be fine. My digital dash display.
Yeah,
is gonna be really cool because whenever you start it up, it starts up like Street Fighter. So it shows the Street Fighter screen. So it's like Ryu on one side of the screen and Ken on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
And his fireball is a representation of my RPMs.
Yeah.
So whenever you redline, it has the KO screen.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's cool. You should program something like Welcome Master or something. No, that's too much.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
God, I have my own little fantasy world.
Hey, you do it to your car.
Yeah, hell yeah, I would. Turn the ignition, turn the ignition, and I see Welcome Master. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little weird to me.
It's not. I mean, it's my car. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm not going to tell you no, but I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do.
I mean, you have freaking Street Fighters doing that shit.
It was,
When are you going to put anime characters on your car?
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No?
No.
Oh, dude, man, you'll be the next big
No,
phase.
We're not going to do that.
Oh, what are you showing me? A scary movie?
Yeah. Or the MK3.
Yeah, MK3.
Yeah.
Of it started?
Nah, that was some dude drifting it. There we go.
So what is this though?
What do you mean?
So this is the dash?
Yeah.
Is your dash?
I have this. I bought that same display.
Oh, I see it now. So it shows your RPM, your boost, your oil pressure, your gear, even your battery volt. So what is his Hadouken doing?
That's the
throttle?
No, that's the RPMs.
Dude, that has to be tiring to look at.
Why?
Because so much is happening all at once.
You don't have to look at everything all the time. I've been driving borderline blind for years.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's cool. Ugh. So is it like an emulator that does like any other ones?
Not really. I'd have to show you how they do it. It's a lot of stuff in Photoshop. You're pretty much making all the gauges and stuff from scratch.
Oh really? It's kind of like MySpace, making your own shit.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, we're an hour in this bitch right now. Yeah, time flies, dude. Hey, are you getting hungry?
Yep.
I'm getting hungry. You want to end it?
Yeah, let's eat.
All right, guys. So we're getting pretty hungry here, and basically this was just an episode just for me and my buddy just to talk it out. So I hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and I'll just see you guys in the next one.